Good day my people. So today we go talk about graph, graphing or graph. Graph na just line, dotted lines like dots wey dem dey call vertices or node. You understand? Wey dem join with lines. We dey use am dey get interpretation of how two variables use relate. You understand? How two variables use relate. So na wetin we dey use am do. So today we get three major or more than three kinds of graph. But wetin I wan talk about today na straight line graph and quadratic curve graph. We get another one wey dem dey call inverted lines. You understand? But make we first deal with dis one. Before we proceed, no forget to like my video, comment and share. So let us proceed. Wetin be straight line graph? Okay, so I don first of all tell you sey graphing no be dat book wey dem dey call graph book, no be im be graph. E just dat graph book is just a book where graph is seen. You understand? Where we fit put our graph. So those dotted lines, those vertices wey we dey join together with line is actually the graph wey we dey talk about. And e get rules wey dey for graph I go dey give am. So if we dey take instance for straight line graph, I go dey give the rules small small. One, if we get our cardinal point like dis, dis is zero, you understand? So the line, the increasing part for the y-axis dey get arrow. So you must put arrow. In terms of physics, if you dey do with physics, you must put arrow to indicate direction. So dis na the x-axis. And if you dey do your graph, you no go fit do graph without telling us the name of the graph wey you plot. You understand? So the name of the graph dey usually come on top. And after the name of the graph, the scale wey you use. I go teach una how to do scale. E still dey for our video. If you wan see am, you fit link me up. You fit hint me, I go show you am. So you go tell us the scale wey you use on your y-axis and your x-axis. So but for straight line graph na graph wey be sey all the lines wey you don point, or most of the lines, e go fit give you straight line. No mind my curve, straight line. You understand? E must give you straight line. So either you start from here or you start from here, e must give you straight line. So na wetin we dey call straight line graph. And the equation wey dey give out to dis straight line graph na wetin? We dey call am y equals to mx plus c. You understand? Na the equation of straight line graph. So dis equation, dis na the values of y on the y-axis. Dis one na the value of s on the x-axis. So dis one na our slope. Na our slope be dis. And na our intercept be dis. Dis intercept na for y-axis. Where the line cross for y-axis. Na im be the value of dis c, and dem dey call am constant. Na wetin we dey call am constant. So but for what of if dem come ask you say okay, dis na c na for where the line cross the y-axis. What of how we go use know where the line cross the x-axis? Na from the value of x, when y is equal to 0. So dat value of s when y is equal to 0 na wetin we dey call the intercept wey the thing touch x. You understand? Okay. So na here we go talk more. The quadratic graph. So for the quadratic graph, wetin we get? Let's say the quadratic graph. Okay, for the quadratic graph, from the fact quadratic equation, na graph wey dey get curve. If you get something like this, graph wey dey get curve, either like this or like this or like this or like this. You understand? So long as say the graph get curve, na quadratic graph we dey call am. And the equation of this quadratic graph na quadratic equation. So we know wetin be quadratic equation. So when you get this kind of thing, here this can be A, B, and C. Alright, we will get this kind of quadratic equation. This na quadratic curve graph. You understand? But if you dey for exam situation, e get wetin we dey use dey determine. For quadratic curve graph, wetin we dey use dey know the nature of the graph na from the value of A, the coefficient of x square, the coefficient of x square. Now, how we go use know? If A na positive number, that means the graph go face up. You understand? The line, the curve go go up. If A na negative number, the curve go come down. Make I clean these things make you no confuse am. So if A na negative number, the graph go come down. If A na positive, the graph go go up like this. What about how to know the gaps there? Whether e go big or small. If the value of A dey high, the size go big. If the value dey very small like 0.1, the size go small. You understand? The size. So na how we go use know be that. Of course, this na our intercept. Na see our intercept be that. Then how we go use know the intercept on the x-axis? So the intercept of the x-axis na the x. You get? Na the intercept for the x-axis be this. So the value of s. Alright. And s dey get two values for here. So s dey get two values. You don see am? So the two values now could be where this thing cross, where e cross the x-axis. If we get this kind of graph now, e cross here now. Now the two s dem be this. You know say when you solve for your quadratic equation, e dey get two values. So na be this there. You understand? So hope say you get. Na just short thing we dey do today. We go see you for the next video. If you check out our videos, we don drop many videos wey go help you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time. Alright.